The NFL Today is presented by the all-new 2020 Jeep Gladiator. This seat is reserved for the restless.
And welcome back to the NFL Today. Right now, the Titans and the Falcons are getting set for their matchup. And as we approach kickoff, we send you out live to Atlanta with our announcers, Spiro Dedes, Adam Archuleta, and A.J. Ross.
JB here in Atlanta inside beautiful Mercedes-Benz Stadium. The roof is closed and better than 70,000 expected as the NFC meets AFC. The Atlanta Falcons and the Tennessee Titans ready to get it on here in week number 4. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the NFL on CBS alongside my good friend and buddy, Adam Archuleta. I'm Spiro Dedes. We'll hear from A.J. Ross in just a couple of minutes. Arch, it's only week 4. We don't want to get overly dramatic, but both of these teams, 1 and 2, Tennessee, back-to-back losses in the division. Neither team is in a very good mood.
It is a disappointing start for both of these football teams, and it comes down to one thing, Spiro, and that is self-inflicted mistakes. The team that plays the cleanest game today is the team that's going to win.
All right, let's delve in. Start with the Tennessee Titans. Of course, it always begins and ends with Marcus Mariota. That week 1 30-point blowout win in Cleveland seems like a distant memory.
We've been looking for a huge uptick in Mariota's game and in the passing game in general, and we just haven't seen that consistency. When you go back and watch the tape against Jacksonville, it's clear. Mariota prefers man-to-man coverage where he can lock on his receiver and confidently rip the ball downfield. But where he has to get better is inside the pocket and anticipating. He's got to see the zone coverage, anticipate his receiver coming open, and rip that ball out of there. And then it comes down to the simple things. It doesn't always have to be glamorous. It doesn't have to be spectacular. But he has to make those routine throws to keep the offense on track. It's clear that he has a preference for play-action passing and getting the ball to his tight ends. But Spiro, he's got to turn into more of a true point guard. He's got to be able to read the defense. He's got to find those matchups, and he's got to distribute the football to all of his different weapons for this passing game to be effective.
Meantime, Dan Quinn and the Atlanta Falcons had the big win week 2 against Philadelphia. Seemed to be back on course, but a setback again last week in Indianapolis. And Matt Ryan, always the focal point of this offense, and there's always good in terms of the numbers. Again, at the top of major statistical categories in terms of passing through the first 3 weeks of the season. But the big story here have been the interceptions. 6 of them, Arch, most of the NFL.
It's a glaring number, especially when he only had 7 the entire year. And to me, it comes down to 2 things. Under pressure and locking onto his target. Here against Philadelphia, pressure in his face, doesn't see the free safety, and throws the ball into traffic. Now, last week, this is an easy read. This is against zone coverage against the Colts. Again, he locks onto his tight end and doesn't see the free safety come over the top. But when he uses his eyes, he's as good as anybody. Watch this. He's going to manipulate that safety, open up the backside lane, and hit Calvin Ridley down the field for a huge play. I know the numbers and the interception total is a big eyesore for Falcons fans, but there's no question that Matt Ryan, once they get back on track and he doesn't force things, this offense is going to be tough to stop.
And with that, how about do Project Smarter, presented by the Home Depot?
Great passing game, but the Falcons will be smart if they incorporate Devontae Freeman, who last week had his best game of the season. I still think there's more for this running game, and there's more for Freeman here against that Tennessee defense. Now, when you look at the Colts, it's a veteran secondary. Logan Ryan, Malcolm Butler, Kevin Byard, all veterans. They're crafty, and they know how to go and get that football. But the thing that they have to do, Spiro, is they've got to take care of that big play. Twice in the last 2 games, they've given up big plays late in the game on running plays, and it's hurt their chances of winning that game. And the big story for Atlanta is just taking care of the football. We know that this offense, they stay in rhythm, they take care of the football. It's one of the toughest offenses to stop in the National Football League.
Well, both of these teams residing in divisions that seem to be up for grabs, but neither team wants to get off to the 1-3 start. Tennessee and Atlanta, opening kick just around the corner. You're watching the NFL on CBS.